staring up here at a 3rd and long. To throw, it's Lance. That's caught by Werner, the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Let's face it, it doesn't matter if you're a rookie free agent or a 15-year vet. Guiding a team to victory on the road in the playoffs, that's no small feat. And it's going to be really important for him to play mistake-free football. But equally important, create some big plays as well to give his team confidence that they can win.
First carry now for David Montgomery. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to throw. Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And they get the guard there, Lucas Patrick. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, Montgomery. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Now on 2nd and 13. Fields. He's got his man Sharp complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
That opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Now a play fake. Lance. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. And he put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Lance. Drops this underneath. It's Mitchell. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Lance looking to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This is taken at the 18. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. We'll check on his status when we get back. Now a 1st down throw. Fields. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his legs.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On 1st down, it's Fields. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That catch good for only a couple. Fields throwing again. Man open, that's Byron Pringle complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 31-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Montgomery. Defensively, Jimmy Ward in on the stop.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Play action. It's Fields. Steps away to his left. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it will still bring up a 4th down. We're scoreless after 1. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with 4th down and 1. Santos' kick is up and through. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field. trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And to give this time to the tailback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Right back to Mitchell on second down. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So since that last play got nothing, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty, and that forces a 4th down situation. Here comes the 49ers punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
No, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever known.
Fields now to throw. That's complete right side to Kmet.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Fields on 1st down.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he is going to lose yardage here. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first it's good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. From the gun, here's Fields. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue, because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Lance. Forced, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
17. That QB's trash. Let's go. 17's Mike 17. Come on, baby.
On 3rd and long, it's Lance. And this is going to be incomplete. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Back to the air, Fields on 2nd down. That's caught by Montgomery. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that
play. Fields on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. 1st and 10 right at the 20. That's complete to Mooney. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. To throw is Fields. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Nick Bosa. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Meanwhile, Fields' throw there complete to Mooney. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This is a big play in this wild card matchup facing 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Fields. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will make our score 9-0. So that's 3 field goals for him now, but heck, he's not even halfway to his career best of 7.
Seems like the 7 field goal games are the kind of games I always get assigned to in my other job. Let's hope for this offense's sake they can start cashing in on a few of these drives.
And able to get this out to the 25.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? 2nd quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 1st down is Lance. And that's dropped underneath to Mitchell. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Throwing now is Lance. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 35.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt him later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the 2nd half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the 1st half.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Handoff comes to Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a day it's been so far. This the third of our Saturday triple header. 3 more to come tomorrow as the NFL playoffs are officially underway. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive lines? Low man wins. We talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. Well, guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass protect. Are you low? Are you balanced? Are you in a position where the pass rush won't bowl you over on their way back to the quarterback? They've got to reestablish that in order to try and keep their man upright.
Because they have been bowled over a lot so far in this one. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Out of the gun, Fields. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the 49ers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities. And this is a good one right in front of them.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Right back to him on first down. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. From midfield, here's Lance. That's complete to the tight end, Warner.
And coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Yeah, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
Well, it's not time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This from 54 yards away. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll make it second down. Now Fields. Got an open man, it's Pringle. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Coming right, this is Montgomery on the toss. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Second and 14. Now it's Fields. And he whips that one incomplete there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Fields. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now a first down throw, Fields. Got a man right side, it's Sharp. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Throwing again on 2nd down, Fields. He's got a man, it's Tajay Sharp. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That makes things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Here's Fields. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Bears. Jesper Horsted, a 5-yard touchdown as the Bears push further out in front.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Trying to run it in with Montgomery. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
The Niners set to take over on offense.
They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Mitchell. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Lance looking to throw it.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Now a play fake. Lance.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Mitchell. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? How do they score here, especially a touchdown? It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, the fact you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
On 1st down, it's Montgomery, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Well, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The Bears on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation.
They'll fake the handoff, now Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
Second, third levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Fields.
And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did, but poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
And we see on the next-gen stats, he was able to take it nearly 60 yards after that initial contact. Impressive. And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
I'm going to hit you all.
So that challenge, a successful one.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. And, oh, boy, something you certainly don't want to see. Deebo Samuel still down. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance.
Eluding the pressure right.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
Gets this one to use check. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
2nd and 12. To throw, it's Lance. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. They'll find Ayuk open right side.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Lance and company going on 4th down.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Personal foul. Roughing the captain. Defense.
How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for. And it's second down. Now Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Lance. Flush to his right. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Nowhere to throw it. Decided to scramble. And a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Lance. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Derek Barnett able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Meanwhile, Lance's throw complete here to Ayuk. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 14. Working from the gun. Lance. And going deep downfield for Boykin. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And they'll go for it. Lance. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bears will get the football back. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Draw play. Fields gives to Montgomery. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
Let's go, let's go!
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd down, Montgomery. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Well, the Bears will fight on another week as we say so long, everybody.